Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kushank. I talk about AI tools and workflows to get work done 10 times faster. In this video, we're going to look at top tools you need to know if you want to grow on LinkedIn in 2025. I've been personally skeptical of creating content on LinkedIn because I kind of feel like it's cringe, but I've been looking at what some experts are saying and it sounds like I gotta have to get over that cringe mountain. If you're a content creator, LinkedIn influencer marketing is growing a lot. A lot of B2B brands saw initial results of influencer marketing on platforms like TikTok and Instagram, but they realized that most of the audience is not on the platform. And LinkedIn is one platform where like people scroll and work without feeling the guilt. So a lot of B2B brands are now investing heavily in influencer marketing on LinkedIn, and some of the data is actually showing that they're getting paid quite well on these platforms, which means brands are probably seeing the results. But also some of the data here suggests that engagement rates are actually higher on LinkedIn compared to other platforms. The point is that if you're a content creator, LinkedIn is a good place to grow because you can, potentially generate more eyeballs, you can generate more revenue for your influencer partnerships, and it's one more avenue where you can reach up market sort of audience if that's your goal in the future years. Or if you're looking for jobs or you're running a business, you got to build your personal brand. There's so much noise out there, so many people looking for jobs, so many people emailing you for look at my services and my products. It's chaotic out there. So the best possible way is to build your personal brand, potentially on LinkedIn if this is where your audience is going to be, and then be on top of mind, educate them, inspire them, learn with them, collaborate with them. It's going to help your chances a lot to get that dream job or find the dream client. Anyway, I hope my argument is convincing that if you do want to grow professionally in 2025, LinkedIn personal branding or content creation is one of the best avenues to do so. All right, without further ado, let's look at the top tools you need to know to accomplish that goal in 2025. We're going to think about building a personal brand or creating content on LinkedIn in three sort of buckets. The first one is what do you even talk about? What are the content ideas? What are the content pillars? The second piece is then how do you craft that content? Is it video form? Is it text form? Is it image form? And the third piece is going to be about what do you do once you have posted the content? I'll cover the first steps in this video and let me know if you need a part 2 and we'll dive deeper. So creating content. A lot of people say steal an artist or look at the top posts from other creators and just repurpose in your own way and for your own stuff. I kind of don't like that. I feel like you're not really bringing original content to the picture that way. And then if you're trying to build your personal brand, sure, it might seem like you're building one, but you're not going to build that audience or the community or that impact or that authority that's going to be actually impactful and useful in the future. So my approach is a little different. What I like to do is I like to see what sort of questions or topics are in demand, and then I do my own research on those topics and bring those forward as my content. So here's some tools I like using to do that initial research. So first up, I like using this tool called Gummy Search. So Gummy Search is a Reddit insight tool. So once you're signed in, you can build your audience by selecting multiple subreddits, which is where your audience might be hanging out. For example, I'm gonna pick ChatGPT as my subreddit. So that's the audience I feel like I want to target. Now when I go to Gummy Search, I can look at all the hot discussions, all the top content, the pains and angers that people are expressing, the solutions they're requesting, or the advice they're requesting. Basically, my target audience is being very candid here. They're sharing their thoughts. They're telling me what sort of things they need help with, what are the things they're interested in, and all that stuff. So I can just use this as my inspiration. I can look at these problems and I know that my target audience is actually interested in these topics. They're actually interested in solving these problems. I can take those topics and then do my own research or reflect on my own experience, how I would approach those topics, and sort of build my post on top of that. And now I'm bringing a lot more original content onto the platform. Another tool you can use for research is called Answerthepublic. So it's basically a keyword research tool where if you type what sort of industry or topic you're interested in, it's going to show you related topics on different platforms that people are searching for. So if people are searching for certain topics, you can create content with a bit more confidence that people are interested in. So those are couple initial ways you can start gathering some content ideas. And the next step is to create content. There's a good chance that you and I, we're not good copywriters, we're not good at writing, because if we already are, we already be writing content on LinkedIn and Twitter and stuff like that and not watching this video. So assuming that you and I kind of suck at it, how can we use AI to do it better? So what I like doing here in this case is use this Chrome extension called Kleo. It's a Chrome extension to sort of discover the best content on LinkedIn. So once you have the Kleo Chrome extension installed, I'm just on the free plan here. Now you look at the creators whose writing style you admire, whose writing style you think works really well, and this is the writing style you think it's also going to resonate with you. You don't want to copy a writing style that's just going to go viral, but it doesn't feel like you, because when you do talk to people in reality, it's going to kind of subconsciously they're going to feel that mismatch. If you want to do that, you might as well hire a ghostwriter kind of thing. What I would say is look into the people in your industry, the people you admire, anyone you think sort of has a writing style which you want to emulate or you want to be inspired from. So you go onto their profile, then you use this Kleo Chrome extension. Now you filter all their top posts. So it's gonna filter their top posts by comments, by engagement, by likes. So whichever sort of metric you want to go for example, likes, look at their top posts. Copy some of their posts as an example. So we're gonna use these examples to train or sort of build our AI bot to be able to help us write that sort of content. So here I'm gonna go into Claude, I'm gonna create a new project. So if you're not familiar, like Claude projects is very similar to like GPT Store and ChatGPT. I just like using Claude for writing tasks. Again, you can do the same exercise on Poe and ChatGPT or like any other LLM that you like using. Here, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna create a new project. I'm just gonna like give instructions on what I want this AI to do. So I just want AI to help me write LinkedIn posts based on like my audience and like my goal of the content. I'm gonna share those examples which I've used as inspiration for AI to help me write in that sort of tone of voice. I'm not like spending too much time here like crafting my prompt and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna run through this example and we'll see what comes out. The best practice is that you start with the version and then you start using that Claude project or GPT, see what you get, and then work with your instructions to like sort of refine, add more examples, just so that you can improve your model iteratively to make it better and better. It's not gonna be perfect the first go. So here I have my Claude project that's trained to write GPT posts based on this user's sort of examples, which I picked up from LinkedIn as an example. So let's say you wanna write a post on like a news which just broke about some updates in like, by ChatGPT. So here I'm just gonna copy the original article and I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna tell Claude like, hey, can you like the LinkedIn post based on this content, based on this news? And now I have a version of LinkedIn post that's ready to go. I like to practice what I preach. What I'm gonna do here right now is I'm gonna actually post this LinkedIn post right now without any editing whatsoever. Maybe I'll comment later on, like, a week from now, what the engagement is like on this post. I mean, this is not my writing style, which I would prefer. Neither did I spend too much time on training my model, but I'm still gonna do it because why not? I'm gonna copy what Claude generated for me. I'm gonna go to my LinkedIn and boom, post it. Done. Let me know if you guys want to see the results. Go into my LinkedIn if you want to see results. But since LinkedIn is something I'm going to personally focus on growing in the next year, so why not start today? Anyway, you'll see like my LinkedIn sort of like window for posting look different. That's because of the Chrome extension Kleo, which I'm using, which is kind of cool because now it's also showing me like the line break, which I get on my LinkedIn. So like when you are scrolling on LinkedIn, there's always like a couple lines and see more. It's usually critical because you do want people to hit see more. So like that's kind of like your hook. So it's kind of nice that Kleo extension actually shows me what my formatting is going to look like. So if it's not looking the way I want it to look, I can sort of like work within the text editor to make sure I do have like the perfect line break so people can like actually see more. Anyway, that's how I would approach like basically repurposing content. Or if you have any thoughts, let's say you have an expertise or topic, I would just like like use a voice feature or something. I'll transcribe the whole thing or just type everything out just to my rough notes, and I'll use like my trained Claude project or my GPT and be like, hey, can you just turn this into a LinkedIn post? I think it's the most efficient manner if you're not already a copywriter, or if you do have like copywriting experience, you have like already writing a LinkedIn post, you just want to do things faster. I would take all your previous examples, put this in here, train the model so it can emulate your writing style every time you just have ideas and turn that into a post. So this is how you generate content. Now, in terms of posting, one of the apps, this one's called Tappo. So Tappo is like one of the most common used or like kind of like, the industry favorite sort of app in like LinkedIn content space. It has a whole bunch of features. So once you sign up, you get like a 7-day trial, and after that you have to pay. So just try for 7 days, see if it has more things that you need. If not, like start with the other tools, which I've already showed you. Start there. Once you're getting some momentum, maybe then get into Tappo to help you like, scale up your processes and your content. Basically, it's gonna like, help you get some inspiration. It's gonna help you write content with AI. It's going to give you all your analytics, and it's going to help you schedule and stuff like that. So if we go here to Tappo on the left side, we see there's like so many different tools that are pre-built. So if you go to viral content, we get to see like a whole bunch of like posts that are viral. So when you sign up, it's going to ask you like who you are, what sort of content you create, what are sort of topics you're interested in. So when it is giving you recommendations for this inspiration, it's sort of like pulling data based on what it thinks you're going to like or it's going to be useful for you. So good for like, quick brainstorming, good for getting ideas on how do you structure your posts, how do you like, write the LinkedIn way sort of thing. Or, if you do want to like steal like an artist, this is a great way to do so. The other useful things here is like, the AI generation. So like, the post generator, hook generator, carousel generator and stuff like that, but that is not available on the free plan. So, you kind of have to pay to be able to use those tools. I haven't used it yet. I'm still early stages in my, LinkedIn experimentation. So I'll come back to it. And once I do, I'll make a full video on it, my review, my feedback, if I think it's actually worth it or not. Couple cool things, which I do think is useful for Tappo, is one to like sort of see all your stats. So like your posts, your engagements. So hopefully like when you are producing all that content, you'll be able to see like, if some of that content is resonating with your audience and if it's not. So you can hopefully like, use this data dashboard as a way to figure out what you should focus on, what you should not focus on. And of course, you have the whole writer piece. If you have a bunch of ideas, you want to do it all at once, use this, you write all your content out, and then just schedule it. I mean, of course, you can do that on LinkedIn as well. But I think it just, if you're using all these features for AI generation, using for like, the content inspiration, you're using it for like your statistics, it is like one sort of like complete platform that does help you do a lot of the stuff. Yeah, there we have it. We went through how do you generate ideas for content, how do you like sort of repurpose or rewrite the content in a better way for the LinkedIn version, and how do you like schedule your content, get more inspiration, and look at your analytics. So this was a part one. This is a journey for me as well, as I'm trying to start my LinkedIn journey for content side of things. So I'm going to be repurposing a lot of my content. I'm going to be using these tools which I just shared with you for the next few months, and we'll do a part two on the feedback on what worked, what didn't work, and what other tools I'm going to be using to scale up my content in the weeks and months to come. I hope this video was useful. You learned something new. This was inspiring. If so, give a thumbs up, leave a comment for if you have any thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to help you get work done faster. Hope to see you in the next video.